you can be very depressed because there's nobody to talk to, and when you talk, they don't even understand you. Some of them are afraid of you, and you're just stuck to yourself. And so, those kind of rejection, like nobody sees me. I just walk. Like, let me give you an example. When I've been back, every time I'm walking, everybody's greeting me, especially the kids. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm like, why are these people always talking to me? Good afternoon, good afternoon. And you have to greet everywhere you go. And I had forgotten that that's how we are
in Africa.
And it bothers me, like.
What is your experience that makes you grateful to be an African?
The fact that we can survive anywhere with the least of opportunities, we are grateful. I'm grateful for that, and also for the ability to see another African and automatically bond. It's almost as if we know each other from somewhere.
How does life in Korea impact you?
Two things. The lack of community can impact you negatively, where you become isolated, so isolated that certain things or certain thoughts will creep into your mind.
Before you went to Korea, did you imagine something called depression?
I have never heard of it before. It doesn't exist in this country.
The African cannot be depressed.
Of course.
But an African in Asia
outside
can be depressed.
You can be very depressed because there's nobody to talk to, and when you talk, they don't even understand you. Some of them are afraid of you, and you're just stuck to yourself. And so, those kind of rejection, like nobody sees me. I just walk. Like, let me give you an example. When I've been back, every time I'm walking, everybody's greeting me, especially the kids. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm like, why are these people always talking to me? Good afternoon, good afternoon. And you have to greet everywhere you go. And I had forgotten that that's how we are
in Africa.
And it bothers me, like, because I want them to stop, but they won't stop. But that's how, like, you walk and nobody says anything to you.
In Korea, nobody talks to nobody.
Like, something on you can fall and everybody will keep walking. If you don't turn and find it, it's gone. The thing is, nobody will take it, by the way. It will be there when you go and take it. But there's no, like, oh, please, something of yours fell down. Can you pick it up? No.
Have you experienced, like, have you experienced it where people, like, just ignore people?
Oh, there was a Korean that I think it was winter time and she slipped and fell and she cut her knee. And it was so cold, and I think she was wearing a very short dress, so she was bleeding profusely. Everybody was walking past. And I was standing there, I was like, I want to help her, but I can't speak the language. And she's even avoiding my help. It's like, Quintana, like, I should go. I'm like, but you're not fine. You know, like, what can I do to help you? And everybody's just going by their way. It's like they've not seen. She could literally bleed to death and die on the floor there, and nobody will mind her because it's none of their business. The Korean culture is like, they don't want to be blamed for anything. They cannot be blamed for anything. If you do that, someone will kill themselves on you. So what if they go and touch this girl and she dies? Then it's her fault. So nobody goes close.
No, but people don't take responsibility for their neighbors.
No. Even in church, I mean, I think in church, it makes it easy for them to show that kind of care and want to assist. But even that, they are still withdrawn. So if someone is sick in the hospital and we have to go and visit the person, and then we decide to buy some, things, it's like, is it okay? Would he take it? Maybe he will get offended that we think that they don't have food and we are buying them food. I'm like, just do what you have to do. They overly think about their their outward appearance in the public eye. So the Korean would go through heaven and hell to buy the flashiest car, just to attain that status in society.
Societal acceptance is a big deal.
It's very important to them. That's why they work hard, hard, hard. Because I was telling myself, if I'm living in Korea and I can speak the language and I earn the money that I earn, I'll be the most comfortable person in the whole world because nobody really cares about me
Mm.
as they are not supposed to. And I'm living my life comfortably. But DS is, it's never enough. So all these designer shops and cars, you see everything in that country. Gucci, Chanel, and it's not just about them. It's why they even have kids in the first place. So my school, you have kids that come, like maybe your son, wearing Gucci shirts and shorts, and maybe Balenciaga boots, and the backpack, not small. Everything on that child is maybe costing like maybe $6,000, and it's a child that will grow out of it. And I can't understand. They just remove the shoe and just throw it. I'm like, you know how much this costs? But it's the parents. It's like a show off in the morning when the parents drop their kids. See, my child needs to wear this shirt too. They go find it. So it's a competition for them in everything.
But in Ghana, we go to the first line to buy dresses for children.
Oh yeah, even that one, you are lucky. You get something that someone wore.
Yeah. But in Korea, they go to boutique.
Yes, they wear newest things, the newest fashion available and stuff like that.
Mm.
So they do not. I wouldn't say that they're not satisfied with what they have. It's just that it's their society. You need to make more, buy more, be more flashy.
The need to please the society
It's
is very big.
yeah, and it surprises me because then again they are not like a community kind of people. So I'm like, so who is seeing you?
Who is okay?
Because everybody's in their car. You drop, you go to work. So who is seeing that flashy thing that you have? Maybe the church that you go to, or the school that your kid goes to, or the playground that your kid goes to. And then traveling is another form of flexing. They can travel everywhere in the world because their passport is kind of good. Paris, France, Spain, vacation.
Okay, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. So every child after summer will tell you where they went to. And then you need to hear them. We went to
So well,
Barakai.
let's talk about this one. Like in current Ghana, everybody seems to be traveling
Outside the country,
outside the country for better opportunity. Not many people are going to Asia. Why do you think that's the case?
language.
Language is a challenge. But are there more opportunities in Asia?
No. Unless unless you are going there with academia or business.
Mm.
But like just to go there to look for
Job,
opportunity.
look
No.
for cleaning work. Look
No, no,
for,
no, no, no.
they don't,
Because
they don't, they don't trust foreigners.
yeah, it's very hard to get in there. And even if they would allow foreigners, it would be there's Filipinos, Indians, Indonesians, like the less privileged Asian countries, that would be the ones that would come there, not Africans, no.
Mm.
So most people there are students or people who are already doing businesses there.
So somebody trying to enter into Korea is like to look for a better opportunity. Probably say
Get your certificates ready. You just have to be, school will take you there.
academics will take you there better
Yes.
than job
Faster, yes. It will take you there faster and then your opportunities will increase there. As
What is the life of migrants there? Those who migrate there, or which country migrates there more?
Filipinos, Chinese, I think.
They are all still Asians.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They will allow Asians to come
So Koreans allow Asians to come in.
more than Africans.
Africans.
Africa, the only African country that is, a lot of us were on like their blacklist. I mean, I think now Nigeria is even like very off because they come in the name of school and then they go and seek asylum, like refugee
Mm.
visa. So they don't really do the school that they applied for. But the Ghanaians and some of the other countries, like they actually see through to finish the school and then seek better opportunities, which is much better. So they will do all that statistics to know that this country deserves more people to come. This country
Mm.
reduce the number of people that come because when they come, they are not serious, or when they come, they have more trouble. They are more
Problematic.
problematic to handle. So South Africans are much more than, and even the South Africans, I think they choose white South Africans, not black South Africans.
Racism.
Colorism, whatever it is.
Racism in Asia, how's it like, Victoria? Are they racist? Is there racism? Have you experienced like a kind of racism?
Yeah, just once, intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know. Uh, this bus that I take to work every day, this lady sits in the bus. So there's two sides of the bus, and every time if she's sitting and I sit in front of her, she will move to the opposite side. The
Doesn't
first,
want to sit by an African, a
I
black person.
didn't know that, so it happened once, twice, three times. I was like, oh, it's me. It wasn't just anybody else. So I was
Initially, you
like,
thought he didn't like the seat or what?
exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this. I'm just going to sit right close to her and lock her inside and see what she will do. And then I prayed about it, and I was like, I'll take the next bus. I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. What if she even passes out? Because I'm sitting just in front of you and you're not comfortable. What if I sit close to you? You know, so I did the next best thing is take the next bus and just let her have her peace. And maybe she's been traumatized by something that some black person has done to her or before. I don't know. But I wouldn't consider that as racism. It's just she's not comfortable with me around.
Because what is it in your travel experience? You know? What is your experience that makes you grateful to be an African?
The fact that we can survive anywhere. We can survive anywhere with the least of opportunities. We are grateful
Mm.
for where we are. That's the African. Um, because we know that what we are coming back to is not any better than what we have there.
Mm.
So we make it work. But other people, they go back to their country because it's better there. So I'm grateful for that, and also for the ability to see another African and automatically bond. It's almost as if we know each other from somewhere.
Like as travelers said that when you travel, most people have said that when you travel, when you meet a fellow black person, you don't even talk country. Like my, you just it's your brother.
Yeah. Like
So
work
we bond. Africans bond better outside Africa.
done inside the continent.
Why?
Because we have something in common, I guess. When we go there, we are all the same. But when we come here, we can say, oh, I'm Ghanaian, I'm this, I'm that. But when you are there, we are all the same. They see us as the same.
You are the odd element in the whole environment.
Exactly. So the odds have to be together.
Mm.
And you sometimes you don't even have to talk. You see the person and just nod. And then they nod too. It's like, I've seen you, you've seen me, we keep moving. And then if you need help, they'll help you if need be. But I think that's what makes, for them, it makes it hard for them to understand. Like, do you know this person? Like, nah, he's from Nigeria. Just so close. I'm like, yeah, we are supposed to be. We're Africans.
Africans.
So they don't understand, like, oh, we don't like Japan or we don't like Chinese people. And then they'll make sure that they differentiate. You know that these are Korean squad, this is, but when we meet, it's all together. It's even hard to tell apart. Like we have a games, sports, we have Ghana games, and then they play city by city. So maybe Takwa and Takrady is playing. And then, was it so? Someone was like, this Seoul team, half of them are Nigerians. And like, how do you know? And someone called is like, what is Momone? And then the guy's like, me, I don't know what Momone is. So you are not Ghanaian. So they started separating them. But you can't tell because we bond so much together, and I think the pidgin language also makes it easy
Mm.
for us to talk. The West Africans, the East too bond together, so it's different
So the West Africans bond together better
than the
than the
East.
East.
The East, when they talk, you know.
Okay.
When the West talks, like, oh, Nigerian, oh, Cameroonian, oh, Ghanaian, something like that. But the East is like, oh, no, this is different. It's much more thicker.
The East African is
Yes,
more
the
different. It's
accent.
much different.
Mm.
Okay. So, in your final words to your fellow Africans living outside Africa, or like what the Maya would say, what is your message to the Pan Africans, the Africans living outside Africa,
Uh,
with your experience?
I think that everybody living outside Africa is one way or the other disgusted by the continent. Like we talk too negative about it, and it's bad, and it's this, the leaders are bad. I'm like, what can you do about it? It's only after I was in Korea that I understood the importance of praying for your country.
Mm.
Every time I go to church, like pray for Ghana, I'm like, why am I praying for Ghana? This whole big Ghana. What can I say that God will do? So COVID happened. And then I realized that where you live determines your fate. Because when it came up to take the vaccine, and my job was on the line. If I don't take the vaccine, I'm not going to work. My livelihood depends on it. I'm like, aha, I should have prayed more so that God would have saved the country or kept it in a certain way, because whatever happens in that country affects you.
Mm.
So we live in Ghana and we don't pray for the country. We rather want to pray and get out of the country. And we can make it all like you people make everything spiritual and spiritual, but it works. You together, if we pray for the country to get better, then we will see results. But if we leave it, we want to go somewhere else and help them make their country bigger, and then ours is just exactly where we left it off.
Mm.
It's not nice. So every time I pray for Ghana, then I pray for Korea because I'm living there too, so I have to pray for both. But this is where I'm from, and if anything at all, I'm coming back home. So I need to make sure that I pray for my country and like the don't sell your country short, because trust me, Korea has nothing. They have nothing in terms of resources. They have nothing, and we have everything that God could possibly give you. Like, and then we still talk so bad about it. Like God did not do anything for us. We are not grateful as a continent. That's how I see it. So we should be more. We should talk good about ourselves. You know, every time my kids ask me like, "Oh, you're from Ghana. Ghana has so much gold." I'm like, "Yes, I have so much gold at home. Even everything I'm wearing is gold." Like I am so rich, I can't even understand why I'm here. They're like, "Oh, Miss Anna is so rich." I'm like, "Yes, I am rich and I'm owning it because I come from a country that is supposed to be rich."
Okay, so like, back looking at that, how Koreans think Ghana is rich, looking at how Galamsey is,
Oh, that.
yeah.
It's sad.
Mm.
I've seen what is going on. I think that people don't learn from just talking. We talk too much as a country. We need to take actions and do things and make things work. But the gold that they are taking away, it's not even staying here. It's going outside the country.
Mm.
So why all this greed and all this giddy giddy to get more gold? Everybody's we've been living in this town for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Galamsey has been there even before we came here.
Mm-hmm.
So why now that it's a problem? Why now that it's such a big thing for everybody
Is
to
it that
fix?
Ghanaians have become more greedy?
Exactly, because things are much more difficult. So poverty and greed